Hello, one person who's waiting for this live stream. Hey, so I am currently marching out front of Warner Brothers Studios, and you can see all the other marchers with me. I have a couple of people from my acting group here. This is Sylvia and Brian from the Collaborative, and here's my sign. So I really wanted to go live today to talk about a couple of things. First off, I want to dispel a kind of a talking point that's going on with the producers who are trying to frame this whole strike as a something that, you know, rich actors wanting more money, and I just want to put that to bed right now as much as I can, because this strike and any gains that we get from it have, as far as I can tell, zero effect on wealthy actors, on stars that you know, because what we are fighting for is minimum payments, right? Minimums, which is the what they call the base rate of what an actor can earn. Now, that's pretty good money, right? When I worked on Community, the base rate was something like $850 a day, which is great. But that year, which was my best year of television ever, which is where I did a couple episodes of Community, a couple episodes of Pretty Little Liars, I did 5 episodes of television that year. That's a lot. For a small town kid from Wisconsin, I felt pretty good about that. But it was only, that's $500. I mean, $5,000. That's not enough to make a living on. And that year, I was one of the top 15% earners of this union, right? So the other thing is, you think about background actors. And background actors, as I mentioned last time, and you can check that out in my last video, background actors are the backbone of this industry, right? Not only are they actors who are trying to find a bigger stepping stone to a bigger career, but they are also they are essential for shows, right? When you watch a show, any character or any person, any human being that you see is an actor, right? Nobody in ER was just some passerby that was walking around. They're all actors, and so if they don't have lines, they're called extras or background actors, and they get paid. If they are non-union, well, let me back up. When a show has to hire background actors, they have a certain number of union background actors that they have to hire. So let's say that number is 40, right? So if a show needs 40 or fewer extras, they all have to be union extras. And then if they have to hire more for like a crowd scene or something, the first 40 would be union extras, and then they can hire non-union extras and pay them less. They usually earn minimum wage. There are still some perks, but yeah, minimum wage is what they get. Now, in the last year and a half, I've been working as a stand-in, which is a little bit different. Which is a little bit different from a union, an extra. Let's see if we can make it across this crosswalk. Yeah, we can. And I'll give you a peek inside. This is Warner Brothers Studios right there. So, a stand-in. These are the strike captains. They help keep us safe as we're crossing these roads, because these are still working studios, so there are people coming in and out. So a stand-in, not many people know what this is. I'll explain it. When a show has actors, but they need to set up cameras or lights or anything like that, what they do is they don't have the actor there when they're setting up the lights. they hire someone who is about the same height, someone maybe the same coloring, maybe same skin color, maybe same hair color, whatever. They approximate that actor with a lesser paid actor, and they're a stand-in. Now, stand-ins generally get paid a little more than background actors, but not a whole lot, and they are considered part of the crew. So this is where we're going to turn around. They have little cones here to mark the end of the picket line, and so we're going to head back. And at Warner Brothers, this is just a back and forth thing. So stand-ins are also essentially background actors, but they're more part of the crew. And I was working as a stand-in on a show. It wasn't a regular contract. This particular show was a daytime talk show, and they have a special contract where they don't have to pay a full 8-hour rate for us, which was kind of it was a very fun show and it is a fun show to work on, and it was great being part of the crew, and I felt very respected and seen. And being a stand-in feels more important than being a background actor. You actually are getting to do more stuff, and everybody knows your name, and it's a lot of fun. So, but I was not earning full-time pay, right? I was earning essentially half-time pay for the last year. Before that, it was a quarter-time pay. And I was doing it mainly because I wanted something to slow the amount of loss that I had while I was trying to focus on my writing. So I was earning half-time pay. But the interesting thing is, because of the number of days that I worked, I got my first pension credit last year, which was which I didn't ever have. Like, even when I was doing Community or Pretty Little Liars, I had never earned a pension credit because you have to earn a certain amount of money every year. Like, it's something like $30,000 a year, and so few actors earn that much money, right? It's like 5% of actors earn enough money to pay for health insurance, to qualify to get health insurance. So I got my first pension credit, which was also allowed me to get health insurance based on the number of days that I worked, not the amount of money that I earned, the days that I worked. And but that's something that SAG had to fight for, right? Because before last year, I probably wouldn't have gotten that. Anyway, that's just a side tangent. It's all of this to go to the argument that this strike is about rich actors who are earning money. It doesn't really affect them at all, because they're already earning way more than the minimum. And so this is about actors being able to survive, being able to make a livable wage in this industry, it's tough, you guys. Like, honestly, this is the worst career you can choose to have, in my opinion. I didn't choose this. I felt compelled to this. It's a calling.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! If it's hot as hell out here, say hell yeah! Hell yeah!
This is an energetic group of people. We are driven. I heard a chant earlier today that said, "One day longer, one day stronger," which is the way it feels. Now, we've only been at this for a week, but I think we're all ready for this to go for the long haul. And we recognize, as I said last week, that this is an existential fight. Because, okay, so now that I've mentioned background actors and how they represent the bulk of working actors, because you can make a living as a background actor. You don't really think about that. And you can get your health and pension as a background actor. What the producers union proposed, and you may have heard about this, and you can Google this to verify. Please do. Don't take anyone's word for anything. But the producers union proposed being able to scan a background actor pay them $100. This is for a union actor. This would be in our contract. Pay them $100 for their time, you know, to sit in front of a scanner for a couple hours, or a bunch of cameras. Pay them $100 and then use their 3D likeness in anything for all time. So here's what happens, real quick. They get a catalog of thousands of people, digital people, that they can manipulate and use in any TV show or movie or video game, and not pay anybody else for that ever. So what happens there is the union loses a lot of working members, you know, the people who are actually the foundation of the union, and it weakens us. And so that kind of thing is a calculated offer, and that is the type of bad faith negotiating that is being done on behalf of the producers union. So it's important to I don't know how well my voice can carry through with the chanting. I hope it's not too bad. I can't really see. I don't know if I can see someone if they left a comment. I supposedly have comments turned on. But listen, you guys. I'm out here because being an actor is a noble thing, and it is important every so often to recognize that there are very important aspects to the relationship we have with the people who hold the purse strings. That is the studios and the producers. I mean, they have the money, but just like a factory owner can't make anything without the workers in the factory, producers can't make anything without the actors and the writers who create the content. I mean, they can try to use and there's the other thing. The other big contentious thing is AI. They are trying to make content via artificial intelligence. And AI as a generative technology is getting exponentially better. But the thing to keep in mind is that AI is trained on existing works, right? So you feed in a bunch of scripts, you feed in a bunch of movies into an AI generative learning model, and it can then spit out something that approximates it. But you are not going to be able to generate anything new, like truly new, because an AI has never been in love. An AI has never had a childhood. An AI has never had a facial deformity that has informed its entire life and its sense of humor. And so you lose the humanity, which is, nobody wants to see a movie or a TV show that is devoid of that kind of humanity. That's why we watch entertainment. That's what we watch it to be moved. So I think that's important. Interestingly, on this march today, there are some like celebrities, some working actors that you may have seen. I had a wonderful chance to talk for a bit with. I had a chance to talk to an actor by the name of Todd, who was the captain of the Titan on Star Trek, on this last season of Star Trek Picard. It was interesting to talk to him. He was telling me that he was a Star Trek fan going way back. He also did some acting in Star Trek Discovery. No, Star Trek Enterprise, he said, way back. Not way, but back a while. So that was pretty cool. As an actor, my dream of dreams is to be in the Star Trek universe someday. And so that was really neat to meet someone like that. And having been friends with a bunch of Star Trek actors or writers over the years, and also saw Ira Stephen Bear here, who was the showrunner on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which was really neat. I also saw him at Disney last week, so that was pretty cool. Any questions? I know there's only one person in there right now. We had 3 earlier. Do you want to know anything about the strike, about being an actor? Anything that I can help with? I don't. Please. I don't know if I can see chats as they pop up, but I can see the screen pretty well, and I'd be happy to answer that. So that is, I think, the big thing that I want to talk about was the idea that this strike is about rich actors. And it is absolutely 100% not. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll cut this short because that's all we need to talk about. And I'll see you on the next picket line. Bye.
Turn right here. Let's need water stats. Turn right here.